Alright. Answer me this question. What was the most exciting show this week? Was it Monday Night Raw? Or was it Smackdown today? Answer? Smackdown Live. A simple, easy question for a simple show. Now, the main event. Before I get into anything else, I want to talk about the main event. Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin, I will say they had a very, very good match. A lot of things happened tonight were good, except for one thing. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Dolph Ziggler and Baron Corbin ended up in a double countout situation, which forced a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Now, AJ Styles defended his title at the start of the show. There was no talking. There was no shark cage. There was no bullshit at the start. We went straight into a match. AJ Styles versus James Worthless. James Worthless. We saw Styles take on James Worthless, and AJ Styles beats James Worthless with an elbow to the face. And then we see The Miz take on Apollo Crews. Maurice looking as beautiful as always. Now there's one thing I want to talk about. Maurice looking as beautiful as always. That wasn't the thing I was going to talk about. I guess a lot of people would know that. But what I'm going to get onto here is after the match. Miz defeated Apollo Crews. Renee Young gets in the ring. And then The Miz says something to Renee. And this intrigued my interest because this is pretty much them building towards... This is them pretty much building towards what's going to happen with The Miz and Ambrose angle. Now, what Miz said, I will say, was kind of dirty. It was dirty and it was uncalled for. But I guess in the end it was entertaining. It was just a part of the show. It was just The Miz being a heel. I have never been a Miz fan. I've never been a fan of The Miz. I do respect his in-ring talents. I do respect that. I respect what The Miz is capable of in the ring. But I have never been a Miz fan. Probably except the times when he was a babyface. I believe it was in 2013. That was probably the only time I was a fan of The Miz. Because he was actually funny then. But as a heel, I don't really like The Miz. I'm not the biggest Miz fan, but I'm actually very intrigued with what they're going to do. Renee Young slapped The Miz. She slapped The Miz all because Renee Young asked Miz about Dean Ambrose, about his obsession with Dean Ambrose. And The Miz had to say, all The Miz had to say was, "You're the one that sleeps with him." She gets, I don't know if she gets upset or if she gets angry, but either way, she just slapped The Miz right in the face. The fans actually cheered. Fans actually cheered that. And I am very, very intrigued with this going forward. Next we had Natalia come out. She was about to talk about her situation. She was trying to tell Nikki that it was not her. This is where things get good. Nikki Bella comes out like, well, not with a sad face, but just like her normal face when she means business. She's not twerking or smiling to her fans. She just came walking down and, you know, she just wanted to get to the bottom of this. And then Carmella comes out. Carmella comes out being like AJ Lee again, skipping to the ring. And then Carmella starts telling stories that Natalia was saying stuff in private to Carmella in front of Nikki Bella. And Nikki Bella was saying, "Did you say this?" And then Natalia got pissed off at Carmella. So here I thought, okay, maybe they could turn Carmella face here. They could turn Carmella face here and make her, be on Nikki Bella's side, because Carmella just spoke the truth to Nikki Bella. And then Nikki Bella was like, "Okay, Carmella, how am I supposed to believe it was Natalia? Maybe if it was you." And then Carmella said like, "Oh, if it was me, I'd be bragging about it." But then after all the insults that Carmella did, Natalia chased Carmella away, and then Natalia grabbed her microphone, and then she admitted it. She admitted that she attacked Nikki Bella. She said she attacked Nikki Bella. She admitted it, which was surprising to me. She actually admitted it. I was pretty more surprised it was Natalia. I was thinking, okay, maybe they could go for a wild card. Like, maybe they could have it maybe they could be creative. They could have had Becky do it, or Mickey do it, or even if Eva Marie came back, they could have had her. But nah, I don't think it would have been. I don't think Eva Marie would have been behind it anyway, because she was out filming moves at that point. But Natalia, what she was saying was very, very nicely done. It was very nicely done. And she said something that I felt like was very, very insulting. But it was to get Natalia into her heel stage. And I know a few YouTubers, especially one YouTuber. Natalia even said that her cat has more charisma than Nikki Bella. I actually kind of found that funny. I didn't laugh, but I kind of found that a bit funny. But what I did not find funny is that I guess I really shouldn't take it seriously, but it's all part of the act and part of the script. But I found it funny that Natalia said, "John will never marry you." And that is what you call a low blow. That was unbelievable. That was unbelievable. Natalia really owned Nikki Bella. We had a lot of women's segments tonight. Alexa Bliss had a segment. Carmella had another segment, and I'll get to that in a minute. When AJ Styles beat James Ellsworth, I forgot to mention this. Dolph Ziggler came out, and then Baron Corbin came out, and it led to Corbin and Ziggler having a match. And the winner would become #1 contender. Dean Ambrose took on Luke Harper. Dean Ambrose beat Luke Harper. And then Bray and Randy came in. They all beat him up in the end. Miz comes back out with his lovely wife, Maurice. Maurice is the only one I like out of the pairing. And then Miz gives Dean Ambrose a skull-crushing finale. Alexa Bliss had a match with a girl with with a pink mask and a really weird outfit. I was thinking this was a jobber. And I was thinking, seeing this jobber beat up on Alexa Bliss for a good 2 to 3 minutes, I was thinking, wow, this girl's talented. Maybe they should sign her. But nah. We saw this girl in this pink mask do the disarmer. We saw her do the disarmer. And Alexa Bliss was tapping out. Alexa Bliss tapped out to this chick in the mask. And that is when I immediately knew it was Becky Lynch. The moment she did that disarm, I was like, yeah, that's Becky Lynch. That is Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was playing games with Alexa Bliss, and I found that absolutely funny and hilarious that Alexa Bliss was made look like a fool. We had Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley had a match with Kurt Hawkins. Kurt Hawkins is an absolute flog. Face the facts, my ass. Face the facts, you're trash. That's all I have to say about that. And I think I've covered everything from this point on. I believe I have, so just let me double check. Yeah, I pretty much covered everything from that point. I checked on the website, and that was everything I covered. So that was SmackDown Live. So in the end, guys, tell me, what's the better show, Monday Night Raw or SmackDown? SmackDown's easily the better show. SmackDown at least had direction. At least they made things exciting. Now, I'm actually very intrigued on what's going to happen on Talking Smack. I don't really watch Talking Smack much, but I am very curious on what Renee Young has to say. That's pretty much the only thing I am very, very looking forward to, is seeing what Renee Young has to say about what The Miz said. So anyway, guys, and also in the end of that Ziggler-Baron Corbin match, it ended in a double countout. AJ Styles grabbed his chair, beat the crap out of both of them, and then Daniel Bryan announced a triple threat match for the WWE Championship. Alright guys, that has been my SmackDown review. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. See what happens when you put on a good show. I don't rant. I have a smile on my face. And I feel proud to be a wrestling fan watching this. SmackDown was very good tonight. SmackDown was absolutely amazing. It was great. Now, if you were to ask me what was my favorite segment of the night, Natalia and The Miz saying that to Renee Young. As much as I don't like The Miz, what Miz said to Renee Young was actually top notch. And Natalia admitting she attacked Nikki Bella. Oh, another thing I want to point out. I said I was going to get back to James Ellsworth. They showed James Ellsworth, and he's all bandaged and beaten up. He's like got a neck brace, and he's got all this stuff all over him, like look completely, totally in pain. The one thing that I'm agitated is that they had Carmella come in and be like, "Oh, it's all right, James. It's all right, James. I'll look after you. Don't you talk to James Ellsworth like that. You see, he's injured. He's injured. I'll look after you, James. Come on." What? That is my only complaint about this show. What? Why is Carmella hanging around with an idiot like James Ellsworth? What? Listen, I can see why they're doing it. Because there's no Naomi, there's no Eva Marie, Becky Lynch is in a storyline, Alexa Bliss is in a storyline. But seriously, if you got her nothing to do, why don't you just have her side with Nikki Bella in this whole feud before when Naomi and Eva come back? Seriously. That is my only complaint about this show. And one of my friends actually liked this segment. He was like, "Oh, Carmella's smart for helping James Ellsworth." And I said to him, I'm like, listen, only idiots would enjoy that. I don't like James Ellsworth. I never really did. James Ellsworth was funny, but he just got very, very boring. And I'm trying my best to get into Carmella. And what she's doing right now, hanging around with Ellsworth, it's not going to do me any justice. It's not going to do me any justice seeing her hanging around with an idiot like James Ellsworth. Alright guys, that has been my SmackDown review. Hope you enjoyed it. Lucky I remembered that segment. So I will see you guys next time. See you later guys. Hope you've enjoyed the show.